how is a PhD experience?
A lot of PhD experiences depend on the subject that you're doing.
Okay.
So if you're doing an arts PhD, it's quite solitary. It can be solitary because it's a lot of thinking, it's a lot of writing and rewriting and editing, and then you change things, and then you read something new and you realize that you're wrong and you have to start all over again. So it's a lot of introspection. I'm not saying that you have to be antisocial or that you have to lock yourself up in a room for 4 years and just type, but there are moments when you need everyone to clear off so that you can think. But if you're doing a PhD in the sciences, I've noticed it seems to be a bit more of a different process because there's more evidence. Okay. You never feel like, but am I on the right track? You always have a right and a wrong, it seems, from what my conversations with science PhD students. You have tests, you have results. If the results don't match your hypothesis, think again, But you always know where you are. With an arts PhD, it's not walking in the dark, but you have a lot of voices. And you read a lot, and this person says this, and that person says the opposite. You have to figure out where you stand. There's no right or wrong, really. And that takes a lot of brain power. But if you have like-minded people around you, like in the first year, I noticed that the English department wasn't having a symposium anymore because something happened. I don't know what happened. And they stopped organizing it. And that was a chance for the students to get together, students from the same year, to present their work, to talk, to challenge each other, to ask each other questions. And that really used to help. It created a sense of community. And I felt a lack of that. And I remember speaking to one of the lecturers, who was also my tutor, and he cheekily told me, why don't you set something up? So I talked to a couple of PhD students, and that year we had quite a few doing English, which was unusual. And we set up a little informal reading group. So once every 2-3 weeks, we used to go out. We used to take a text, whatever someone happened to be reading at the time, present it, talk about it, argue with each other, forget about it, have a drink, start complaining about the PhD process, And that really helped. It kept all of us really sane. So it doesn't have to be lonely. It can be really buzzing with new ideas. And even if you don't understand what someone is doing, even if someone's doing medievalism and you're doing something that was published last year, you can still have a conversation as long as it's more or less in the same subject area. So it's nice. That really kept us sane. I'm happy for that.
It's a matter of what you decide to do about the situation.
Yes.
In your case, you decided to find a solution for a problem.
I do try. Yeah. I do try. I do believe that if something is going wrong in your life, you have the power to fix it and no one else. So when I felt like I was going nuts, because as much as your friends and your family want to help you, if you don't have someone in that area, it's so specialized, you might as well be speaking Chinese. They want to help you, they want to understand you, but it's too specialized. So when you realize that you're going nuts, the only thing you can do is socialize. And it helps.
It's the power of unity.
Yes, and the power of complaining as well.
Yeah,
we're Maltese, we enjoy that.
Yeah, it's our bread and butter. Yeah, it's a national sport. I love that.
Complain, yes, but everyone venting pent-up feelings.
It gets you through, though, because obviously it's a long process.
Yes, it's 4 years, sometimes 6 years if you're doing it part-time.
In your case, it's quite short, 4 years for a PhD.
And I wanted to finish it in shorter. I thought, 3 years I'll be done. How long can it take to write this thing?
Yeah.
But it does take a while. You're editing, you're constantly changing and adding and finding new paths, so it does take 4 years.
What did you learn about yourself in those 4 years?
I learned that I need to do a lot of exercise when I'm doing something that needs brain power. That helped. COVID also helped with that.
So during writing, you're doing squats or something?
I need to stop for an hour, cry while I'm doing yoga or lifting weights, and then go back.
Okay.
But it helps. Physical activity really helped me to think. I also learned that after finishing, though, I said, I can do this, I can do anything. It doesn't give you a sense of invincibility, but it makes you believe in yourself. There are so many problems and setbacks that you encounter. in your thinking and in your writing, and you manage to solve each one after the other, eventually you start to believe in yourself a lot more. Not that I didn't believe in myself before, but after that I thought, you know what, I've solved so many problems. And whatever comes my way, I can probably solve it.
Yeah.
You know, so far, haven't been proved wrong.
So you
believe in yourself much more.
And that's resilience.
Yes, it does teach you resilience, yes. And sometimes you will feel, a lot of students who've done a PhD will tell you, I have imposter syndrome. I'm not good enough. I can't finish this. I'm reading this guy. He said everything I want to say. I'm reading this female author. She said everything I want to say. Why am I writing this? So you do feel like that a lot, regardless of what your personal state of mind is, usually. You will feel it at some point. But when you complete it, you realize, actually, no, you know what? That was me. I did that. So, yeah, it's a nice feeling. But you need to finish to get that feeling.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. During it, until you submit, you're going to feel like an imposter for most of it.
What kept you hanging though? Because obviously you need to persevere.
My friends, my tutors. My parents are extremely supportive people. Extremely supportive. So the fact that I had home comforts around me also helped a lot.